I really hope Nintendo doesn't sue me for this, but here's my new artwork. I bet you know who this is, and I bet you have a lot of fond memories of Pokémon.
It's Pikachu!
Nostalgia. It's a very powerful thing. A lot of my work comes from the cartoons we all grew up with. And I personally remember so many afternoons after school just like glued to Pokémon. It was colorful, it was fun. It was like a magical world with no worries. So it felt only natural to bring that memory into my artwork. Pop culture has always been like a super big part of what I do. Is it remixing symbols or rethinking icons? But there's only one problem. Nintendo, let's say, it's very litigious. So I never dared to do anything about Pokemon until now. So it's a Pikachu, but it's a Pikachu with an X. So it's a whole different thing, and then I hope Nintendo cannot sue me for that. Maybe. Anyway, this is my Pikachu, my remix, my memory on the wall. What do you think? Lawsuit incoming, or am I safe to go? Nostalgia. It's one of the most powerful emotions you can tap into. The cartoons we grew up with stay burnt into our brain, and when you see them, even if in a different context, it hits you. For me, Pokémon was exactly that. A direct connection to those afternoons after school with no worries, a magical time. And it was just natural that I wanted to bring that feeling into my artwork. Andy Warhol did this brilliantly, taking tomato soup cans and Marilyn Monroe and other pop icons and making them seem familiar, comforting. That sense of familiarity creates an instant sense of connection between the viewer and the artwork. So yeah, this Pikachu might put me in the Nintendo hit list, but for you it's a memory, it's a sense of childhood, of wonder, and that's what I wanted my art to be all about. I really hope Nintendo doesn't sue me for this artwork, because let's be honest, they probably could. Copyrights is one of those things that every pop artist runs into. Technically, Nintendo owns Pikachu, but what happens if you remix it, twist it, or use it in a sense that's critical or satirical? In theory, satire and parody are protected forms of expression, allowing artists to remix cultural icons while making a point. But in practice, it's a gray zone. And big companies like Nintendo are notorious for being litigious. Earlier this year, Steamboat Willie, one of the first Mickey Mouse cartoons, finally went into public domain after 95 years, which means that everybody's free to use that particular Mickey Mouse in their art, unless Disney decides to sue you, which doesn't sound fun. So, what do you think? Is this just fan art, or is it a lawsuit waiting to happen? Recommend me your favorite copyright lawyer in the comments, just in case. I hope Nintendo doesn't sue me for this Pikachu, because it took a lot of work to do. The whole thing starts digitally. I start with a sketch on my iPad, I think about what I want to do, I draw it down on my iPad, that gives me an overview of the shapes and the colors that I'm going to be using. Once I have that digital file, I send it into the laser cutter, which would precisely cut those shapes into an MDF board. And then with the pieces cut, it's time to individually paint them, take in consideration the final design and which color each piece needs to go. Then comes the assembly of the artwork. This part is super satisfying. It's like setting up a puzzle, but I had to design, cut, and paint each piece myself. It looks playful, but it's actually a very precise process. Each piece needs to fit perfectly. And that's where the robot comes in, because it allows me to cut these shapes perfectly, something that I couldn't do manually, because honestly, I'm really messy. This tension between looking hand-drawn, but being made by a robot from a sketch that I did on a digital tablet, it's like a ballet between handmade and digitally manufactured, which is one of my favorite things about making these artworks. And in the end, you get this Pikachu. It's colorful, it's familiar, it's art that makes you smile. This artwork is not just about nostalgia. It's about the power of childhood memories and how pop culture just shapes who we are. It's a sense of creating something familiar, yet new. And that is a bit what my all artwork is about. I try to make fun, colorful, exciting, happy art. There's no like big dilemma or conceptual background. It's obviously, they come in the fantastic pizza box, shipping box, custom made with a handsome fella in the cover. And then you open it up, boom, Pikachu covered in money. What you see is what you get. If you like seeing this Pikachu come to life, follow for more, and let's see what pop icons I'm gonna be doing next. Looks really good, no? Don't you just love it when you like have an idea and then you start working on that idea and then it ends up like even better than you thought? Could be yours. Just write down international shipping, worldwide shipping. I made 3 of them so far, but I'm probably gonna do 5 in total, and I'm gonna keep 1 for myself, artist proof. So 5 copies, 5 Pikachus. Let me know. My babies turn out very nicely. Would be a pity if this is what gets me sued. Custom made with a handsome fella in the cover. And then you open it up, boom, Pikachu covered in money. Pizza art box. Looks good, eh? Very, very nicely done. Good job, Stefan. Good job. Pikachu. It's Pikachu. It's Pikachu.